The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Good morning, fellas. Good morning, Stephen, Mark. Guys, very good morning to you. Hey, Mark, good morning. Randy, Sue, Salem, guys, good morning. It is Monday. Chris, good morning. It is Monday, the 18th. And we come into the... Hey, Brad, good morning. Futures well up. Let's check them real quick, guys. Dow futures are up 620. Hey, Tom, good to see you. Dow futures are up 626. S&P is up 71 handles. The NASDAQ up 184. The Russell up 62 handles. Bernard, good morning. Chad, Jock, guys, very good morning to you. VIX futures down about 8.5% at 29.92. VIX cash down 9% at 28.98. Gold is up, although I would expect a pullback in gold. If you guys are here on trial, good morning and welcome. I'm not sure if any of our trials are in the room yet, but welcome to the room. If you're not in the room, you will, of course, get this video later today. Guys, it's always tough. Hey, Dana, good morning. Yeah, thanks, Dana. Dana S. We now have 3 Danas in the room, so I'm going to have to clarify. Must have been I got to check your birth date, see if it was a popular name that year. Guys, gold is pulling back a bit. We should get a small move down in gold. Just to briefly go over the charts. Here comes gold. And then I'll check news. Guys, looking at every single chart, the indices on the bots. Here's NASDAQ already in the longs. It's hit targets already. Silver's in longs. Gold has been in longs all night. ES bots in long. Everything's in longs. Crude is in longs. Bonds are already in shorts. This is going to be a quiet, what looks like a quiet session at this point on the bots. Not much I can do about that. We'll have to see what we get. If anything, the Unirankos may give us some trades because of the smaller pullbacks. But the bigger time frames, the 3 minutes, I think is just gold looks like it's coming to 68.6. In any event, we're here. It's Monday, start of a new week. I did send out the educational video from Saturday. If anybody did not get that, please email me and I'll send it to you. Almost 1,450 net buyers in the NASDAQ overnight, 1,000 net buyers in silver, 2,500 net buyers in gold. ES has 19,000 buyers overnight. Crude has almost 5,000 buyers overnight. Looks like they're buying everything right now, fellas. Let me quickly read the disclaimer. And we'll go. U.S. government required disclaimer. Futures and options trading has large potential rewards, but also large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the futures and options markets. Do not trade with money you can't afford to lose. This website is neither a solicitation nor an offer to buy or sell futures or options. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those discussed on the website. Past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. CFTC Rule 4.41, hypothetical or simulated performance results have certain limitations. Unlike an actual performance record, simulated results do not represent actual trading. Since trades have not been executed, results may have under or overcompensated for the impact, if any, of certain market factors, such as lack of liquidity. Simulated trading programs in general are also subject to the fact that they're designed with the benefit of hindsight. No representation is being made that any account will or is likely to achieve profits or losses similar to those shown. All right. The 3-minute, no, wouldn't have caught that either. It's against a green background. The move was too quick. So currently, I have my gold bots on, both the 377 and the 3-minute. I have silver on, and I have bonds on. Bonds are well into shorts. Not likely we get a trade there anytime soon. Silver, if it turns back up, we'll get a long. Indices on the bots are already well into longs. So for the benefit of my trials, and again, Doug, you were in a couple days last week. For the benefit of my trials, the room is largely robot based, right? So the goal is, to show you guys the robot trades when they occur. The screens you're looking at are my 15 range, which is normally what I trade relative to order flow. So there's two aspects to the room and to the membership. So if at the end of the week you decide to buy the robot, that will come with 3 months in the room. And the room, sitting in the room is not mandatory. I recommend it largely because I talk about the bots and, what it is that I'm looking at and what it is that, you guys should get used to looking at and looking for in the robot. But when the robots are quiet, like they're going to be for a while here because we're already into trends, but we can expect some pullbacks, I would think. I also try to supplement what we're doing in the room and the robots with order flow trade suggestions. Currently, and then for at the end of 3 months, if anybody elects to stay and you have that option, it's $199 a month. Hey, Mark. I'm not sure what you're asking me, Mark. What color? So we're almost to that 59. We got 59.8. No, Doug, I don't have screen space to put the chat, so I have it overlapping a screen on one of my other, or a chart on one of my other screens. If I were to put the member chat, I would have to remove a chart. Guys, we're just going to keep grinding higher, it looks like. 22 was the entry, most recent entry I had on the ES. The NASDAQ is giving me a long right here at 90. If anybody is interested in that, 91. Your stop has to be 67. No, I can see the chat. Hey, Sam. You cannot join the room without getting the bot. No. I don't offer a monthly membership. I used to at one point, but it's just too, here, there's my 59 target on gold. It's just too difficult, Sam, because I have so many members. If everybody auto build, say on the 1st or the 15th, it might be doable. But with as many members as I have, I've got people that would bill almost every day of the month. So I'd have to send out invoices virtually daily. I used to do that, and it's just so too much work. And then, sometimes PayPal doesn't deliver an invoice and I've got to follow up and send emails. I don't have the time. So the room will generally run until about 11:30, maybe quarter to 12, sometimes slightly later. But I then do one-on-one education with members that request help. And I usually do those right through 4 o'clock. So we're below 59 now on gold. This is Microsoft, big trade here. 175.50, 76 cents, and $1.26. Second target is hit. So if depending on what you're trading, it probably can also be correlated to options. So for instance, if you guys, I'm not an option trader. That's what I'm just bringing up now, Stephen. So for instance, if this gives a long signal on Microsoft at 175.50, and somebody said, well, I want to buy, again, I don't really trade. I don't trade options at all. If somebody says, I think I'll buy the 175 calls in the money calls, and you hit your targets here. So that's Microsoft. And this last one here that he sent me was Roku. Same thing. This is an absolute eruption on Roku. I mean, this is a trade that goes entry at about 115, and if you were trailing it all the way up to 122, a $7 move in a couple hours. So it can be used on equities, but only there's your 54.8 target hit, but only via the Thinkorswim platform. And I'll do a more formal explanation on Friday. But the way the bot is configured, this bot is the only bot that I am aware of, and I'm aware of a lot of them out. Still 31 ticks, that uses a multi-time frame assessment of moving averages. The bot will execute a trade when all the parameters are met, meaning when your primary chart that you're trading is congruent with the time frames that you're asking it to trade in concert with, okay, the bot will then fire a trade. It is set to override your basic ATM strategy. So most traders have an ATM strategy, 10 tick target, 10 tick stop, hypothetically. The bot will override your strategy and will then correctly place stops and targets as identified by a multiple of average true range. So these are not generic stops, and they are not generic targets, right? They're different on each time frame. So the bot is assessing at the point of entry average true range. And then based on the multiple that we're using, in some instances it's 1 time, in other instances it's as much as 2.5 times. Based on the settings and based on average true range, it will correctly plot stops and targets. And then it will auto trail and or go to break even at first target. Just a quick overview. Guys, bear with me if you would for 1 minute. I had some trials come in. So the bot is shorting gold. Yeah, I mean, that's where being in the room, helps, Doug. Although, as I said, it's not a requisite. It's certainly recommended. NASDAQ's turning back up, or trying to. Yeah, absolutely we can, Doug. You can call me anytime. My number's on the website. Thank you, Rick. Bonds are getting just torched right now, and so is silver and gold. Crude is, I have nothing in crude at the moment. If I see, I don't really trade natural gas, Mark. I have a chart, but I don't really watch it. So here comes gold. Come on, gold. It's got to break small support here, 56.5. It should come to 55.6. It should get that first target anyways. If anybody's short. You have buyers again. Guys, if NASDAQ breaks out above 92.95, it's going for a ride. Above 92.95, it's going for a ride. Come on, gold. Go get that target. It's holding the standard deviation, guys. There it goes. Should go. We should get that first target. Come on. Oh. There it is. Oh, one tick. One lousy tick. Come on, dog. There it is. First target filled. Got first target. 14 ticks. Guys, I'm going to move my final target to 51. This goes back to our education on Saturday. There you go. You would have gotten second target at 28 ticks. And I think we get, let's go 50 half. 50 half. There's almost a $500 runner, fellas. Broke the opening range low, right? Your Crable break. Now I'm targeting down here about 50.4. As always, trade them as you see fit. You're going to have to find something else to do, Todd. You keep making all your money too quick. Nice job. So again, just to reiterate, the bot hit first target at 14 ticks, $140 times 2, or whatever you're trading, and it's hit second target at 28 ticks. The bot has done its job. I'm just milking it now. The bot has done its job. It identified targets, and they've been hit. So now anything better than second target is a bonus, right? Now I'm going to go to 49 half. I'm looking at my third standard deviation. Right? You can put that, again, this goes to Saturday's education. You can put this indicator on your bot charts. Now you have targets. So we've asked for more, and we've gotten more. The trail is almost down to the second target. I know we're going to get 51, which is where I had my target. We should get 51. If we break below 48.9, we come down to 47.4, below that 44. Gold has now gone negative delta on the day. They're going to sell gold back, guys. I will tell you, good morning, Kath. Lean hogs is very thin. I have taken some blows in lean hogs, and quickly. It's very thin if you're going to trade it live. It's like cattle. This could go back to 55.6 and even 59.2. All right, guys, crude bots are on. That's also in the longs. So again, the bot has done its job. It got both targets, well exceeded it here. Another 30 ticks here. But I'm thinking, now it may take us out here on the trail, but I'm thinking we're coming down 48 level. It's going to take us out on the trail. If you guys want your ticks, take your ticks. Any questions? It's turning up. Time frames have gone green. Yeah, it is. Need this to sell back below about 53. If this comes down below 53, it'll come. Here we go. So the trail has kept us in so far. Yeah, I know, Dana. I know. I'll go eat in a minute. Guys, I'm going to take a break real quick. My target's in, my stop's in. The trailing stop is here at 55, target 48.5. I'm going to go eat my breakfast. I'll be back in a few minutes. Are you kidding me? That thing stopped us out and then dumped like a brick. Oh, well. Be that as it may, fellas. If gold breaks 17, anybody still in gold? So anybody still holding gold? Okay. So I'm second guessing gold. Bot fired along, 47.3, got first target. That's me second guessing the bot, right? Anybody here play golf? You know how they say there's the silver bot. Look at this gold. Dumping. Got to 97. Don't be an idiot for 8 ticks. Should still get you 99. Trade them as you see fit, guys. Entry was 80, went to 97. 17 handle trade. 17 handles. Three minutes are not taking any trades anywhere. They're all in trends.
Target filled.
First target filled on silver. NASDAQ is in a short on the bot. First target again. All we're getting is, nope, didn't get first target. All we're getting is these small moves on the NASDAQ. Again, this Uniranko, guys, may be too small. Let me see what the tick range is. 103 ticks. It's not horrific. Nice job, Todd. Gold came to my 36 target. There is no symbol for tick, Salem.
Target filled.
There's first target on the NASDAQ.
Stop filled. Target filled.
Second target filled on NASDAQ. Now it's free. I'm running one. Silver's done, $300 up. $59 is support. We could come down to 46. Okay, out on the NASDAQ. ES hasn't taken a trade. For over 2 months, we did not trade these Unirankos. The volatility is way too high. Now, the last couple of weeks, they've traded well. Now, today, the volatility seems to be increased. And the NASDAQ right now is getting pushed around a little bit on the small time frame. So we may have to do away with these again. That hasn't traded yet. So we'll see what we get today, and maybe we shelve them again. Gold on that a break below that 36 is going to get walloped. Here comes the ES on the Unirenko. Support is right about, there it is. There's first target, guys, on the ES Unirenko.
Target filled.
Both targets hit on the ES Unirenko. $500. Both targets hit on the Unirenko on the ES. So there's the 3-minute NASDAQ short. NASDAQ sitting on one last area of support at 46 half area. If that breaks, we could work down to 92.20. It has to break that 46 area. God dang, this NASDAQ. It's giving me fits today. We could go back to 71.50 now.
It's at 30 seconds now to the housing data, the NEHB housing market index.
Crude playing around as well on the 500 tick. 3-minute is down. Or trying to roll. I'm going to kill this trade here, guys. It's not gone to stop. I'm going to kill it. 37. Above 34. NASDAQ went long on the Unirenko. ES is trying. No, the Unirenko guys is getting, and here comes the ES right back down. Brad, I can try today or tomorrow. I'll let you know. The next 2 weeks, guys, I'm going to be doing very few one-on-ones, except for the ones that I've got scheduled. Gold can get all the way back up to 44.2. ES is just sitting here. NASDAQ is trying. I still think NASDAQ breaks out today. They're buying them back, but slowly. 44.2 would be a final target, Rick, on gold. Should go to 44.2 or thereabouts. Yeah. God darn, man, this market. Now it's shorts. ES rolled into a short. NASDAQ's trying to dump again. Just an abysmal, choppy little trade today, guys. After that move up last night, I did not expect this. There's 42 on gold. 44.2 is where it should get to. It could get as high as 45, 46, but 44.2 I think is a pretty realistic target. These markets don't want to come up, they don't want to come down. Lost the buyers in the NASDAQ again. Let me just take a look at these markets, guys. Yeah, I don't care about that, Rick. Dow futures up 801, S&P up 82, NASDAQ up 170. I mean, we can't be looking for shorts. You're ready for a long on the NASDAQ. And it's failing again. Gold has made it to 42.7, so about 15 ticks shy of that target I have. Now it's going to flip into a long. Three-minute on the ES has never, on the bot, has never come out of a long. The 3-minute has never come out of a long. Yeah, gold has been insane today, no question. I still think it's going to get 44.2. Both the ES and NASDAQ just cannot get any traction. The 3-minute on the ES looks like it's trying to roll. If the bigger time frame goes, had one trade in crude, no trades in bonds, one trade in silver, no trades on the 3-minute in gold, either direction. See you tomorrow, Todd. Yeah, it's pretty choppy so far. Nice job on your daily goal. See you tomorrow. I mean, the ES is just parked. Pre-market was better. All the movement was in pre-market.
Order filled.
NASDAQ shorted again.
Target filled.
There's first target.
Target filled.
There's second target. Now let's see if we can get something more than that. ES is trying to come down to target. Support is right about just a couple ticks above where that first target is. I can see it on the ES. 2450. Support it. Support is at 2375. 24. If 24 goes on the ES, it comes down a bit.
filled.
Out on the runner on the NASDAQ. ES came 4 ticks to target. Here goes gold, guys, to that 44.2. Anybody that's still holding 44.2. Maybe 44.1. Come on. There's 43.9. 44.2. Target hit. Target hit, fellas. Now it's a free trade. Entirely free trade if anybody's holding gold. That's a big trade, fellas. That's an order flow trade. The 3 minutes trying to roll over on Good Lord. All right, the 3 minutes going to roll on the ES. This isn't going to take, or try. Far cry from last week, guys. Far cry from last week. Long on the NASDAQ right now, 70, 70 half, 71. NASDAQ wants longs. This wants to turn up. Gold is bid still. NASDAQ's given 4 points. 5 points. Not a bad trade, but ES doesn't want to go anywhere, guys. They're buying the NASDAQ right now. Anybody take the NASDAQ? That's 70, 71, 72. Your first target's 82. 80, 81, 82. Anybody in the NASDAQ? This is going to turn up now.
Order cancel. Order filled.
Okay, stop and reverse. Okay, nobody's in the NASDAQ. Okay, a couple of you guys are. First target's 81, 82, guys. You hit 83, 84 area. Okay.
Order filled.
All right, so we got some interesting stuff here. Russell shorted on the 3-minute bot. That's the first trade. And the NASDAQ on the 3-minute bot is long. And this ES just will knock it out of this small range. NASDAQ gets above 85, it's going back to 97. Above 85, it's going back to 97. And above that, it breaks out. There goes the ES. Well, there goes NASDAQ trying. For those of you guys that are here on trial this week, this is a ugly, ugly trade. Last week, the cumulative total of the bots that you're looking at, the cumulative total was over 18,000, trading 3 contracts. Today, we can't get out of our way. Okay, above 87, NASDAQ should now work into that 97 area. It's got to take 91. You're above 91. That should now go to 97. The 3-minute, that's correct, Doug. Well, even if I don't trade and I die, you still own it. I used to joke in the room and say, as long as I don't get hit by a bus, and guys would pipe in and say, stay away from buses. I mean, this is just a horrific trade, guys. 1996. To get this bad? Guys, I can't make a move. That ES trade was a monster. 70, 71, 72. It's another 16, 17 handles. This is crazy, man. Seriously, this is just ridiculous price action today. NASDAQ did this on the short. Gave us a nice trade, didn't go to target. Here we get 93 fit. We miss first target by 8 ticks. Now you can manually close trades, but I'm trying to let them do their thing.
Order filled.
Something filled. Crude filled along on the bot. This is the second trade on the 500 tick. The 3 minutes trying to turn up also. It's funny because the last 2 weeks, we couldn't find a trade in crude. They made some money, but they were just... This is just utterly unbelievable. 10:30, I'll get... I have no idea, Mark. No clue what's going on with these markets today. All this buying overnight, all this momentum overnight, and now our market's tired? Must be Canada. Nice job, Barbara. Guys, I'm trading 2 live accounts. I'm green on both, but small. There's not much going on here. I'm up 210 and 255. Nothing.
Order filled.
Now what filled? Crude on the 3-minute bot. There goes NASDAQ. Come on, NASDAQ. Good Lord. Break out. You know you want 9,300. I mean, look at Russell did it to us as well. Gave a nice trade, and it comes about 6 ticks from target.
Asked specifically about U.S.-China trade tensions, saying it's critical.
Look at this gold.
IMF having provided $21 billion in emergency pandemic financing to 56 countries, according to a spokesperson. The head of the IMF.
There goes NASDAQ. Come on, man. NASDAQ's got to pop 94.25. And then should get that first target.
Target filled.
NASDAQ finally got a target. First target filled on the 3-minute. 15 handles. ES has come 1 tick from first target. If ES breaks out above 40, 29.40, it goes hooey. Still long NASDAQ, guys. Still long NASDAQ. The CS won't go 3 handles, fellas. 10:30, I'll get the first update on volume. NASDAQ's going to break 9,300 here. $99.50. ES won't go 3 stinking handles. Thank you, David. Yeah, I think once we get above 93, it should. There it goes, above 93. I mean, there's nothing stopping this now. Absolutely nothing stopping this. Yes, Doug. Yeah. Yeah, it'll run unattended. In fact, at this rate, I'm going to go for a 5-mile jag. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. You had 19,000, almost 20,000 net buyers in the ES. There's no real sellers. There's just zero momentum in this thing to get 3 handles. The Russell won't come down 35 ticks. I do, Doug. Yeah, I've already got clients that are members that have already left. They've made their daily goal. I mean, you would have done it on the first gold trade. This market will not stay like this all week, guys. I don't know if this is just par for the course from, there's first target on Russell. Didn't hit. Look at this. One tick. One tick. No, usually 8 to 10. One tick. With 4,000 buyers. One tick. That's a lot of buying in the Russell. I don't have volume yet. I'll have it any minute. There it is. It's not telling me yet. All right, you can have this Russell trade.
Order filled.
One tick from target. Seriously? There goes the NASDAQ, guys. 93.10 would have been second target, but I've moved it out further. Crude is sitting, and the ES literally will not go 3 handles to first target. Inconceivable. I mean, I told you, look, here's the thing. I tell you it's in longs. I mean, I can see where we're headed. Yeah, the ES is definitely living up to its extra slow name. That's why I don't trade it. I hate the thing. But the price action is now we're picking up steam in the ES. I mean, in the NASDAQ. We're almost to that second target. I've moved out, guys, because there's nothing above it. Crude is trying to go. It's getting ticks, but good Lord, ordinarily we go, right to target. With the exception of the NQ on the Uniranko, this has not been, other than slow, it's not a horrific trade. Bots are up, but it's just slow. This is ridiculous. Crude, it won't go 12 stinking ticks with 4,300 almost net buyers. Won't go 12 ticks to first target.
Target filled.
Hey, ES got first target. Look at that. Only took 4.5 months. Guys, if the ES breaks out above 39, call it. It's gonna go. Above 39, it goes. It could be in a trend all day. NASDAQ came 2 ticks from that, what is identified as second target at 29 3/4 handles. ES actually hit second target now at 4 handles. This is like summer trading. There you go, guys. NASDAQ now would have hit second target. We do have first target on the 500 tick on crude. It's gone break even +1 on the robot. And we are a couple of ticks, 3 ticks shy of first target on the 3-minute. My preference is still the 3-minute time frames, but now the NASDAQ's got to get above that 10 quarter area. We need help with the ES at 38.50, 39 area. The ES above 39 can go a bit. Yeah, Mark, that's a pretty good brain fart. The the robot sets the targets and stops. It's not your basic ATM strategy. Remember, the bot overrides your ATM strategy and will then correctly place stops and targets. That's okay. Too many videos. I understand. I believe you. And believe me, I understand. If you watched whatever that's there, 15, 20 hours worth of videos, you start talking to yourself. This is like summer trading. Yeah, next Monday, right? So the room will be closed next Monday. Boy, next week's going to be a short week for us, guys. The markets are probably closed then on Monday for Memorial Day. We'll be in the room Tuesday. And Wednesday morning for a bit. All right, I'm out of this. I'm tired of watching that, guys. We'll be in the room for a bit on Wednesday. That's actually the day my movers are coming. Not in this lifetime, Mark. I have no shot. No. Listen, that is a fight I'll never win. And the funny thing is, seriously. Yep, absolutely. It's like she follows me. Guys, anybody have any questions on the bot? On the NASDAQ, you've got a one contract trade up 150 ticks. One contract trade. It's up 700 and almost $50. The ES one contract trade is up almost 8 handles. Yeah, no question, Mark. If the ES breaks out of this range, right above here, 39.5 or so, it's could be a straight pop. Now again, the Nasdaq got second target at 93.10. Unirenko is just a candle. That's all it is. It's just not a real candle body. It's a hollow candle body. Let's see, Tariq. 4 trades already, 3 in GC, 1 in NQ, up 700. Shut the bots off. Good job. Good job, Tariq. Yeah, he just logged in, Mark. Very nice job. No, no thanks to me, buddy. You owe yourself the credit, not me. Yeah, just message him, Mark. Message him. I'm sure he will. Tariq's a great guy. Guys, I am just co-piloting here, fellas, watching these things grind. That's all we can do. There's no two-sided action here. There's no two-sided trades. There goes crude. Try
Order filled.
something filled. Russell, that I care less about. Russell went long, finally. Russell needs to play catch up.
Target filled.
All right, guys, both targets hit on the 500 tick in crude. Both targets hit. Crude is up $730 on the day. I'm shutting it off. It's done. Last trade crude will take for me. It's done. This ES is on the cusp of blowing straight up. Anybody trailing the NASDAQ still? Anybody still running a NASDAQ? Igmar! Yes. Mark. Russell's long down here on the bottom.
Interest rates continue to move up here. The 2-year of the year as of today, just about 17 basis points. The U.S. 30-year approaching 1.4%, and the 10-year up to 69 basis points, up about 5 basis points on the session.
Russell's going to have to get through this resistance in here, 32 area. All right, guys. I'm about ready to close out this NASDAQ.
Order filled.
All right, NASDAQ's out. These are the only two trades the bots are in right now.
Order filled. Target filled.
There goes the ES. No, not through Vimeo. Message him off Skype, Mark. There we go. We broke out. Message him through Skype. Private message. So we got almost a 10-handle runner, fellas. We're auto-trailing. Nothing to do here with this trade. On the ES, just let it go. I've shut bonds off. I've shut silver. Well, silver, if it rolls, we'll take a trade. I'll leave silver on. Bonds are not taking a trade today, guys. Got a 10-handle runner here, guys. But the old high price. There we go. Now we're getting a little zing. RTY going to target. Guys, the only thing we've got that's the 3-minute on gold has not taken a trade today. The only thing that we've got down is the NASDAQ Uniranco, which has not taken a trade in a long while. There goes Russell. For those of you that are on trial, I mean, could trading be any easier? Any of my trials have any questions? Anybody have any questions? I'll be sending it out. It's not really instruction, Veronica. It just explains the room. And I send out a daily recap, which is basically what you've seen this morning every day, Monday through Thursday. Oh, you're welcome, Sam. All right, I'll close that out. That's closed out. This Russell doesn't want to go to target again. This is just ridiculous, fellas. The volatility is terrible. It should eventually get to target. I wish it'd do it a lot quicker, though.
filled,
That's done. Waste of time. There's nothing in a trade at this point, guys. There is nothing in a trade. Absolutely nothing. Hey, Pammy. I don't have any low targets. ES high target for today is 29.56, but the ES should trade to 62, 60 to 62. We're clearly look going up, right? Man, just for what it's worth. For those of you guys that are here on trial, I want to show you something. Some of you guys are not necessarily day traders, right? Some of you guys are position traders. Maybe you don't want to take 10 trades a day. Who in this room, this is a daily time frame now on the bot. Probably everybody would have been excited to take this short here. This is the NASDAQ, 268 points and 446 points. All right, John, see you tomorrow. Be blessed. But let me ask you a question. How many in this room had the guts to take this long April 8th? How many had the guts? Probably nobody. But this is the NASDAQ, 670 points. 670. And now 1,117 points. Who had the guts to take that trade? I surely would not. How about the ES? Some of you guys like the ES. I don't think the ES has gotten a target yet. It has not. So the ES is lagging a bit. But here was your long, April 9th. First target is 227 handles. We're not far off. I mean, if you look at the last 3 trades on the ES, this is on a daily basis. I don't have any trades, guys. I've got nothing. You can just watch them grind. Here was a short back on February 25th, went 74 and 123 handles. Here's a long back on February 4th, went 58 and 98 handles. How about GC? Gold gave this long here. Well, it gave this short first, right? These are dailies. And it only went 63 handles. That's it. Did not go to second target. And it gave this long here. It's gone 88 handles and not quite 147 yet. Oh, yeah, it did. I'm sorry. My bad. It hit target here. 147 handles. That's a $14,700 runner. That's an $8,800 first target. Yeah, Jeff, we're just going to keep grinding higher. Now, this is on a daily. Some of you guys are position traders. How about crude? Some of you guys are position traders, right? If I get one more text from Newt Gingrich, I'm going to scream. How about crude? So crude gave the long on May 12th. Now be honest. Who here had the guts after watching crude last month go negative $37? Who here had the guts to take that trade long? Right? Because we all read the same reports. Crude's going to negative. There's no place to store the stuff. They got tankers offshore. Cushing is almost full, blah, 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 blah. Well, the robot doesn't know that. Yeah, the guy that lost 9 million. The robot doesn't know that. All the robot knows is when price turns up or down. Doesn't care. Doesn't know anything about Saudi Arabia. Doesn't care about the Strait of Hormuz. Doesn't know anything about that. But you got 5.5 handles, first target, and it's moving into second target at 35.30, and I'm telling you it'll get that. That's crude. That's a $5,400, $5,500 first target. There are traders out there that don't necessarily. Yeah, of course it'll take overnight trades. Yeah. I mean, I can set this, Doug, and anybody else that's watching, I can set this to anything I want. So let's say I want to go to, I'd have to find the correct settings for it, but let's, for the sake of conversation, let's go to an hourly chart. Okay, so here's an hourly on crude. I mean, what is it you trade? Tell me what you trade. How about if we look at, let's just look at the ES, because most everybody trades the ES, right? Let me just add some days in here just to get a. Okay, so here we go. So you get, well, see, there would be no, whoop, let's change this. We definitely don't want that. Let's look at a 30-minute, okay? So this is on an hourly, and that's not going to work. I need a better time frame. I'd have to work with an hourly chart, right? I mean, I don't want a 240-minute because I think that's too much. I mean, look at this, right? That's way too high a time frame to trade on an hourly chart because you missed this entire move, right? So the ES went long on May 15th. Went long Friday on the hourlies. But here's the thing. I don't trade it on the hourlies, so I haven't worked out any settings. So I don't know what time frames I'd need for settings. I'd have to back test it and then chart test it. But on the daily, I've worked it out on the daily. Right? So on the daily, I mean, here's the ES. If you're if you are a position trader, right? So many of you guys own bots or have seen bots. You know, you've seen Able Systems, for instance. This competes with Able Systems, right? I mean, they can say anything they want. They charge $6,000 for their bot too, right? At the end of the day, look, here's another trade. This one is back. This long here is back in October. So if we go back to October, you got one target. You get a small losing trade here, 2 targets, 3 targets, and now moving to, you know, these are daily. So we're going to have to get through whatever this is. We're pushing that resistance right there. If we break out above here, 43.5, 44 area, we start going into target at 3,007. So again, it's not just a day trading robot. You guys can use it for position trading. Guys, give me 1 minute if you would. You determine how many contracts you want to trade vis-a-vis order quantity, right? Secondly, you have to build an ATM strategy, right? Just a basic ATM strategy. Meaning you have to tell the robot how many contracts. One of the things that's funny, I'm going to segue for a second. Guys will email me or traders will email me and say, and I don't mean to be gender specific, traders will email me and they'll say, it went to target but didn't take any contracts off. Well, that's because they're for their ATM strategy, they have none. They have no ATM strategy, right? They have 3 contracts or 10 contracts or 1 contract, but they have no ATM strategy. So you have to tell the bot what your strategy is. I want to take 2 contracts off at target 1 and 1 contract off at target 2, or I want to take 1 contract off at target 1, 1 off at target 2. Whatever it is that you're trading, you have to tell the robot exactly what it is you want the robot to do. Okay? How many at first target, how many at second. Now, the robot will theoretically trade for perpetuity. Okay? You see the trail dots? Until you get a retracement into the trail dots, it will trade for perpetuity. So my programmer just texted me and said it'll work with any bar type, but I can tell you firsthand knowledge, we've had issues in the past. And it's, you know, he can program anything, but out of the box, I don't know. But in any event, you would set a basic ATM strategy. So let's say you trade 3 contracts and you wanted 1 to trail for perpetuity or until a pullback, right? All you do is leave that profit target at 0 on your runner. So this is my basic ATM strategy, right? 20 tick stop loss, 10 and 15 tick targets. That's my basic strategy. The robot overrides your strategy as long as you have this button on, exits. As long as exits is on, you're asking the robot then to override your basic ATM strategy, whatever it may be, and correctly place vis-a-vis targets and stops what it's identified using a multiple of average true range. Okay? Now, if your basic ATM strategy is 5 ticks and that's what you want to use, you just turn exits off and it will use your ATM strategy. Okay? So for instance, I'll do a manual trade here. There's my basic ATM strategy, 10 and 15 ticks, right? Now with exits on, it replaces them to the correct targets, okay? Well, Russell went rambling on. The 3-minute on gold took a trade. Here's a Russell trade that I killed because it was so dang slow. And it went 35 and then 70 ticks. You know, as I'm always telling the members, trust the bot, and then I find myself doing something completely different as well. But I get a little bored with these, and this is one of the reasons I'm not a great ES trader. Why I cannot see the gold charts on NinjaTrader 8? What do you mean? This is a gold chart, Sam. Can you explain what kind of... You're not getting gold data is what you're saying, Sam? You're getting no data? You may not have... who's your broker? Is it Ninja? And what services do you have? CME? What data are you paying for? I wish this gold would just blow down, guys. Below 33.5, gold is going to get... You have lifetime, but what data do you have? Okay, Bernard. Anybody else? All right, Salem. Second target is identified at 58 ticks, but I can tell you, if we break 33.6, if this area, if anybody's trading this, if we break that area there in gold, I have a target at 23.6. 23.6. Now, it's your prerogative how you trade it. We've got to come down through about 33.6. Okay? Now, again, the bot is identified second target at 34, which is still a 58 tick hand trade. But if we come down through 33.6, this is going to blow out again. Trade them as you see fit. ES is going to move higher up. Pammy, if you're still long.
For about 10 minutes to go to the close of cash equity trading Europe. European bourses look to be closing on the highs of the day. We've seen this commentary coming from the major two economies in Europe, Germany, Chancellor Merkel, and President Macron reportedly agreeing on actions today to provide stimulus to the economy in the form of a 500 billion euro. The euro trading near session highs at 108.68 with about 10 minutes to go to the close. The DAX up almost 5.33%. CAC 40 up about 5%.
Yeah, not quite to second target, just missed. 34.5, 5 ticks to second target. I still think this thing is going to get slaughtered today. Does anybody have any questions? Guys, at 11:30, I'm going to take a brief lunch break. Oh, I missed a long on the NASDAQ. Sorry, guys, I wasn't watching it. I missed it at 35. If anybody has any questions, feel free to ask. I missed the ES again, too. Momentum trades. I'm going to take a brief lunch break, and then I'll come back. See you tomorrow, Chris. You green? Oh, yeah. Okay, good. If my trials have questions, please feel free to ask, guys. I'm happy to answer questions, especially, now it's pretty slow. Not much going on here. Yeah, Veronica. So I do, Doug. Yep. So Veronica, if you purchase the robot, and I'll be sending, as a trial, I'll be sending you follow-up emails every single day, which will include not only the video from the room today, but also the totals across all of the instruments. I keep a weekly aggregate total, individual and aggregate, but I also outline the different memberships. But if you buy the bot, it includes 3 months in the room at no charge. And then if anyone would like to stay after 3 months, which many do, it's $199 a month. So generally speaking, if you're only interested in automated trading and the bot, you will certainly have enough wherewithal, well within that 3-month period, and understand what we're doing with the bot and how to run it and how to use it and when to use it, etc. The benefit to anything after 3 months, of course, would be my order flow trades, which is where I give, verbal suggestions on what I'm seeing in order flow. Now, as a member with the bot, even though there's 56 is where it's going, Pammy, if you're still in the trade. With the robot, you will always have access to our member area, which I'll show you in a minute. And then you will always have access to member Skype, and you will always have access to weekly education, which I do on Saturdays. I will not do education this weekend because I'm moving, but I do education generally every Saturday. No, I missed it on order flow because I was watching this stupid gold trade. But let me show you the member. Uber's going to cut 3,000 more jobs. Oh, you're very welcome. There goes NASDAQ. I mean, okay, guys, if you're in gold, get your gold target out of there. Gold can come down to 24. There's a $750 runner on gold. Gold can come down to 24, 23.6. I'm sitting at 23.9. So again, the bot has done its job. It got second target, broke second target. You would have had 58 ticks on that runner. And if you guys want to take it off at the target, the bot did its job. Now I'm trying to milk it based on what I'm seeing on charts. But the bot has done its job. And I shut silver off like a chooch. And silver took a trade and got first target. Shorted here, got first target here. I have it off. We haven't seen 2 trades in silver in a day in forever. I think we had 3 all last week. All right, so we're breaking this support. We got to push down through that standard deviation, which we are. There it goes. Say goodbye to your buddy here. How about a $1,000 runner, fellas? $1,000 runner on gold. Still think it can get to 24. I think gold can actually work down to 16. If anybody wants to get really enterprising, I think gold can come to 16. Anybody running gold? If you guys want your ticks, take them. We're well past second target. Three minutes to the close of Europe. You can run the bot, Sam, 24 hours a day if you want. On Friday for my trials, usually around 11 a.m., is kind of when I go through really the full explanation of the bot. But the robot has built into it a setting, actually a couple of settings. So one setting is you can program the bot to turn itself on and off up to 3 different time frames in any 24-hour period. So let's say, for the sake of conversation, I live on the East Coast. I'm not getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning to trade the European Open, right? But let's say I want the bot to do it. So I can turn the bot on, or have the bot turn itself on at 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And let's say off at 5 a.m. when things slow down again, just for the sake of conversation. And then I've got to go to work at 7:30. I can't trade the bot, but I want, let's say, gold to turn itself back on at 8 a.m. and off at 11:30 a.m. when Europe closes. And then let's say, for the sake of conversation, I wanted it to turn itself back on at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and off at 4 o'clock when the markets close, cash session closes. So you can program it just by putting in the times you want it on and off in one setting. There's another setting as well which allows for you to put in a daily goal. So let's say your daily goal is $500. Let's say you're trading micros and your daily goal is $200 trading micros. And your daily draw trading micros is $300. There's a setting in there that you put in your goal and your draw, and if one of those numbers are hit or just above or below, something filled, the bot will shut itself off. There's another Uniranko on the NASDAQ, which has proven to be futile today. I mean, it's an extremely versatile program. There's 11:30, guys. No, I'm giving you a hypothetical, Doug. That's all hypothetical. I'm just making numbers up. Well, I mean, is it possible? Sure, it's possible, but you assume a lot of risk when you're doing that kind of stuff. I mean, let me give you an example. So I closed out gold. I'm shutting off all my bots. They're all off. Let me give you the totals, okay? Which I do every day. All right, let me give you guys totals. So pay attention. Gold on the 3-minute was up $1,130 today. Gold on the 377 tick was up 780, but it was really up over 1,000, I think 1,050. And I showed one of our trials, Veronica, the ATM, and took a loss on that, right? But we'll call it 780 for the sake of conversation, and up 1130 on gold. So gold combined, and you'll notice they were not in simultaneous trades, right? Gold combined is up $2,000, trading 3 contracts, right? So just gold was up $3,000. Russell, and I killed the second trade long before targets, was up 220 on the day. ES took 2 trades, was up $340. I should still be in the trade. My stop should be at 93.12. I killed the trades. Up 340 on 2 trades, a losing trade and a winning trade. Silver was up $300. And I shut it off before it took that second winning trade to both targets. That would have been up 900 on silver. The ES on the 3-minute took no trades today. Straight trend day. No trades on the bigger time frame. Bonds took no trades today. They've been in short since we came in. No trades. Crude on the 3-minute, and I killed it before targets, okay, was up 120, 1 trade. I killed it. Crude on the 500 tick was up $730. The ES on the Uniranko was up $25. Small time frame, got eaten up. Didn't make it, I mean, made no money, didn't lose money. And the NASDAQ is an utter abomination on the Uniranko. It's down about $2,400. But again, we may elect to stop trading this again. Volatility seems to be picking up. So when, Doug, you asked me if you can make X amount, that's all based on 3 contracts. If you traded 9 contracts, this is, again, I'm not telling you to trade 9. I want to be clear. If you extrapolated that out, how much could you make? I will say this. The bots will take losing trades. The bots will take losing trades. But overall, especially cumulative, they are generally profitable. It's rare that we have a cumulative down day. It does happen, but it's very rare. So if somebody comes in and says, I'm only going to trade the ES because I only trade the ES. I'm an ES guy, ES girl. I don't trade anything but the ES. Well, if you were trading the ES today on the 3-minute, which is my preferred at the time, and or the Uniranko, you'd have made $25. That's it. ES never came out of the bigger time frame trend. The ES is longs and greens on all the bigger time frames. It never went south on the 3-minute. It attempted to, but never did. But cumulative, and arguably gold is probably our biggest daily, most profitable. I mean, you guys will see that this week. Does anybody have any questions, guys? Any questions? I'll tell you right now. Hang on. I'll tell you in a second. Plus, I'll give you the combined total today. $120. Plus 220 on Russell. And let's see, what am I missing? Silver. All right, I'll give you a combined total. So you got 780 in gold, plus 1130 in gold, plus 340 in the NASDAQ, 730 in crude, 120 in crude, 325. So to the green side, yep, you can trade Bitcoin futures. I'll show you. $3,425 minus the losing Uniranko, which was 2340. So it was up 1,085 net, or cumulative, 1,085. But I can show you. Yeah, that's nothing. $1,000. That's a waste of time. You do that on one silver trade. Let me show you something. So again, this is Bitcoin. Yeah, this is my program. You could have taken Bitcoin long at 76.20. First target was 84.35. And second target was 89.85. Okay? So the answer is yes, you can trade Bitcoin if you can handle the margin. I mean, it went obviously much higher, but that's the bot identified targets. But again, the margin is $40,000 on Bitcoin. I don't know many people that are going to be trading Bitcoin. There's a difference between, understand this, Doug. There's a difference between buying one coin for 8,900 or 8,500 or 3,500 or 19,000 than there is trading the futures of Bitcoin. The futures contract is $40,000 per contract. It's not like buying a coin. All right, fellas, I'm going to wrap